Hello everyone, my name is AZZATRU, how are you, and welcome to another Star Wars Battlefront 2 video of mine. And in this video I am going to be talking about the apparent leaks that have been floating around the Battlefront community over the last few days or so. I feel like it is a bit of my duty to make a video like this because I've had a lot of people in the comment sections of my recent videos, as well as people saying stuff on Twitter to me saying, look, this is coming to the game, this is happening, plus there has been other YouTubers making videos with clickbait titles and thumbnails saying this is true, not really saying it's fake. And I'm not naming any names because I don't want to give people attention, but I just want to make sure people that watch my content know the truth, basically. And I just want to make sure you guys aren't misled into thinking, you know, this stuff is coming, and then eventually you get disappointed because it ultimately wasn't coming and it's debunked by someone like Ben or just EA in general. So we're going to be talking about a fake leak first before we get into some information from Some Info, a reputable leaker from the past within the Star Wars Battlefront 2 pre-launch era. So let's just start off with the first leak that happened, which was an image of apparently a solo Star Wars story skin coming to Darth Maul. So he would have his robotic legs and that sort of stuff. Now, the image just appeared on Reddit out of nowhere, and it is easily photoshopped. You know, you guys have seen some of the mock-ups I've made for skins in past videos, and they look pretty convincing, you know, if you just saw the skin selector part. For me, I don't think this is legitimate, or at least that it's not good enough proof. It could still happen in the future, but it's just not good enough. They should show the whole screen if they wanted to say, look, this is coming, like leak something. It's really easy to Photoshop this stuff. You could even mod it in if you wanted. And this skin was also mentioned in a leak that has gained so much traction over the last few days, which I'm trying to mainly speak about in this video. So there was a guy called Blackwings04 that claimed he had a list of stuff that's being worked on for the next year or so, which I don't think is true at all. I was very skeptical about this. I didn't believe any of it, pretty much. And apparently he gave proof to Elliot Battlefront Updates and the moderators of the Battlefront subreddit, and they aren't convinced by the proof at all. And to be honest, I don't think DICE, even some of the top people at DICE like Dennis, have even started thinking ahead this far for the game. It just doesn't make any sense. You know, I'm not going to give any more attention to this. It's just not true. I hope I'm wrong. I really hope I'm wrong, but there is literally no proper information. Like, it doesn't make much sense. It really doesn't. And I just don't think at all this is legitimate. So if you've seen videos over the past few days, or people saying stuff on Twitter and Reddit saying this is true, don't believe it. Please don't be misled. It's very, very unlikely we will see the light of day of a lot of this stuff. And to be honest, it's possible, but thinking that far ahead, it's just not going to be a thing for this game for now anyway. I'm not going to mention the incredible stuff that he mentioned. I mean, there is some stuff I'd love to see, but it's just not going to happen. But what I will say is that this leak did mention that the Darth Maul skin is coming, and Ray Park went into the studio a few days ago, which makes no sense because Ray Park would not be needed for this skin. And if they needed a voice, if it was legendary, then they would just get Sam Witwer, who actually does his voice, even in Solo, a Star Wars story. The leaker claims it's a mistake, but I think it's just laziness on the leaking part, to be honest. It's made up, I think, because, you know, it really just is laziness. But I'm not going to spend any more time on this leak now. Just remain vigilant if you see anything like this. The fact that this blew up and people believe it is really sad, because it means their expectations are going to be so high, and whatever we get, it's going to be below their expectations. I'm really sad that these fake leaks are getting so much traction within the community. Without any good proof or a good track record from a leaker, I would make sure you stay well clear from these leaks and don't trust them until proven otherwise. Now let's move on to a leaker with a proven track record. He is back. Some Info is back. So if you aren't aware, there was a leaker back before the EA Play Assault on Feed reveal and the Starfighter Assault reveal at Gamescom and pre-launch. This guy was pretty damn good. He got a lot of stuff spot on. He nailed pretty much everything, and he must have had a source definitely within DICE or at least EA. And he proved himself time and time again that he did have a legitimate source of information, because it was coming out and whatever he said pretty much came about. So I'm going to be mentioning some of the stuff he's been talking about. He's actually disappeared off Reddit for 10 months, and he came back today to debunk what has been said by the Blackwings guy. He basically was told by his source, so this source could be at EA or DICE, to come back and say, look, it's not happening. That even validates what I thought about the previous leak. It's not happening. And, you know, some people will say, but we don't have any information or any proof that Some Info is being legit this time. I'm only saying based on his track record, he was very, very good. Now, he's been posting tons of stuff on Reddit, actually, details about upcoming stuff to the game, but I just want to remain vigilant here. He seems quite out of the loop with the game. He did mention, like, AT-ATs are coming, stuff like that, but that's something we knew last month, right? You know, he doesn't really keep up with the game information. He did say that he's not in touch with their official announcements, so he doesn't really know what you guys want. I can't call myself a big Star Wars fan, but I hope I could raise hype without breaking the teasing rules of the site. Now, like I said, he is proven in the past, but he has come back. The source he had has actually sort of been moved on to a different project, which potentially means he was a DICE, now he's working on BF5, or maybe this source was working at EA and has now been moved on to a different project within EA. I don't know, but he doesn't really have much anymore, purely because he's not seen anything for quite some time, purely because his source has moved, which makes a lot of sense, and, you know, that's a good thing to make sure and put out there for us. So before I do speak about what Some Info has been confirming or denying, I will say that, like I said, his info could be outdated, and some of the stuff that he sort of confirms quite possibly could have been scrapped or changed a lot if his info is 1, 2, 3, even 4 months old, because game development changes rapidly and we don't really have much to go on. So he said 100% Blackwings leak is fake. There will be new skins, new vehicles and weapons, which we knew there would be new skins anyway, new vehicles, but nothing on the new weapons front. There will be new star cards. I mean, we are going to be getting different health star cards for heroes in the near future. Maybe we are going to be getting brand new star cards, but I don't know. All we know right now is that some heroes are going to be getting health cards, so some of the star cards will change. Geonosis could be quite different in terms of design from what we know, apparently. And they've also changed the objective in the new mode, but retains the fundamentals of Galactic Assault. There's also going to be no Darth Maul skins, apparently, which is a real shame. There will be new things on Geonosis, apparently, but it's not being made in the official announcement that we got a couple of weeks ago. It's uncertain because, like I said, this guy has been sort of out of the loop, and his source has been moved on to a different project. As for new heroes, there is no talk of Dengar, Django, or Mace Windu. Also, droidekas at this time are just like what was said. It's not completely out of the window, but they're not being worked on. There was a slight Ahsoka tease, plus her female counterpart. You know, I don't think this is going to happen until, you know, way into next year, if anything. There is also nothing on Padme as well. As for Grievous, he's apparently got brand new abilities different to what the ones that were leaked many, many months ago. Apparently the new mode is going to be similar to Supremacy from the first game, but it's going to have new capture points and an overview mode. That's interesting. On the Starfighter front, apparently they are working, or at least were working on Starfighter content. Possibly one being Obi-Wan Starfighter. Nothing on Utapau. Nothing on Ayla Securla or soldiers skins available for all classes. He also didn't want to confirm or deny Ventress alongside Ahsoka. Who knows? It's quite crazy what's going on here. The new mode will be 40 players, which I think we expected anyway. Grievous is quite different from what we knew leaked many months ago, but he is very imposing and looks great and has great abilities according to some info. Apparently the new mode has 3 phases. We already know that. We've got to probably capture command points and take out capital ships. That would probably be sort of phase 2 and 3, but again, we don't really have any information on that. And as for vehicles, he said that the Stap and Bark are coming, but we already knew that, so like I said, his info is out. Apparently there will be a similar flying vehicle to the LAAT and a stationary vehicle that you can't remember, and this is for Geonosis. Also the Halify droid and Spire droid, and maybe one more, one of them being not playable. They could be to do with the objectives, we don't really know, but that's pretty much all we have from some info at this time. You know, unless he gives any more information, which is probably a bit more concrete, I don't think I'll be covering anything else, because at the moment it's not really needed. I don't think all of this is entirely true, or what will eventually come out, I should say, purely because he has outdated information. Like I said, game development changes pretty rapidly, and if they've made really good progress on some things, but not on the other, they may have to cut certain things. You know, at the end of the day, Geonosis has been brought forward, so who knows? We are going to be getting a brand new roadmap update in a week or so, and this could actually add some of this information to it. And if it does, then I think that sort of more or less confirms that some info does have still a trusted source. Remember though, whatever has been said in this video, please do take with a grain of salt, because it could not happen. But like I've said, I've covered this purely because some info has had a very good track record in the past. Let me know your thoughts on everything in the comment section below. I really felt like if I didn't make this video, people would still be commenting saying, look, this is coming out, I don't want people to believe fake leaks. So I really hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to drop a like, I'd really appreciate it, and subscribe for more content if you haven't already. Check out any of the 2 previous videos on screen if you did miss them, and I shall see you all in my next Star Wars Battlefront 2 video. Goodbye.